Good morning, everybody. So, been thinking about it. I wanted to show you guys exactly what I do, how I do it. So, we came in yesterday. It was about 6 o'clock, and the trailer was full. Now, the trailer had trash on it. You know, there's doors, there's wood, stuff in the back there, wood on this. Some of this wood I will keep. Some of it I've actually already pulled off. All right, this right here was from our first load yesterday, and I had to come back, pull it off, because we got it after the landfill had closed, so I couldn't dump. And if I left, oh wow, guys, check out this bug. Guys, ain't that like one of the coolest bugs you ever seen? I have never seen a bug like this in my life. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it. I'm like holding this off to the side. Isn't that thing beautiful? Alright, anyway, let's go back to the story. Alright, so we had a load yesterday, and it was Saturday. Around here, transfer station on Saturday closes at noon. We didn't finish getting loaded until after 1 o'clock. So at that point, I had 2 more jobs to do. So I come home, I pull the trash out, put it on the ground, and then I went and reloaded. First guy had this stuff, a couple items back there, and then the second load, the lady's moving, had to clean out a lot of her stuff. So then I bring it home and I pull out the good stuff. Good stuff, bad stuff. Yeah, I got me some more computers. There's 3 more old ones back in there too. Why tell you about them when I can show you? Yeah, that was part of her load. Well, yeah, I kind of have them buried. They're down there. Old stand from the 70s. The top on that actually comes off. It's kind of a weird thing. Drop-in jacuzzi tub. My wife tried to talk me into keeping it, and I said no, because that's extra work, and I've got enough. So yeah, we've got some older. Yeah, I like that apple. I'll have to look it up and see what year it is. So basically, you know, I pull the stuff off. Now, over half of this is going to be... Look at that mosquito. This is just... Today is the Mike Bug Show. Really, I didn't pay them to be there. So, most of this will actually be trash. There's a lot of recycled material in here. And what I do, and that stuff falling down. So I pulled all that off last night. I cover it with the tarp. Thank God it wasn't going to rain. The tarp is just to keep it from getting hit with morning dew. If it was going to rain, basically we would have came down here And somewhere here I would have shoved all the refining and scrapping stuff to one side or the other, right? And then I would have packed it in here because I just didn't feel like going through it last night. Now, if I felt like going through it, I wouldn't be able to give you this video. Now, my wife did go through some of it. This pile here is all the recycles that we'll take in today. I do want to show you guys this. Walk around here. First off, look at this wagon. I decided to go ahead and keep it and see if I can clean it up a little bit and do anything with it. Antique kerosene heater. I don't know much about it, but I mean, it may not even be antique. I don't know, but we're going to take a look at that. That's just a junk fan. Look at this bed, guys. Wrought iron, called a platform bed or something like that. And it's only 3 pieces. You take this bed and you put your mattress on it. There's no box spring needed. Okay, so this is the main piece, and then you got your headboard and footboard. Okay, now they painted it. In my opinion, you know, it may have looked really nice in the beginning, but it kind of ruins it, you know. I don't know if I'm going to paint it or if I'm going to strip all the paint and start from the beginning. See, you can, there's the original brass color that was on it. Then yellow, then white. Looks like there may have been a gray or a blue. Let's see. Got this yesterday. Perfectly good fire pit. I mean, these things right there, those are $20 bills all day long. And if they're the stronger kind, you can sometimes get 40 or 50. Got this bike, and I plan on giving this to my granddaughter. I think, I don't know if she's big enough yet to hold on to it. If not, we'll end up selling it. Those are part of the hammock. As you can see, there's rust on the end. You know, whenever you get rust involved with something, your timing for selling it is running short. So normally what I'll do is I'm going to put that together. There's the hammock piece. And if it still looks okay and you can't see much of the rust, then I'll try and get, you know, 20, 40 bucks out of it. If not, it goes to scrap. Got this push lawnmower, and got that push lawnmower yesterday. Let's see what else we got going on here. So this stuff comes in, right? Here it's the next day. I come out. I know that I've got good stuff I gotta sort, right? The first place I start is right here. I'm going to take off these pieces of wood just in case I can put them to use, right? And then once I get this down to what is deemed trash, then I reload all of my trash back onto the trailer, and then I'll come over here and we start going through this. At the end, let me see. Ouch. Oh yeah, that was a nice find. Copper 3-wire, almost a full roll. There's them pooters I was telling you about. Anyway, so now comes the point where I go through this as fast as possible. I will go through all of these boxes. There's probably 30 to 40 boxes here to see if there's anything of value. Of course, the electronics, they get brought down here to the scrap table. Good electronics like this Apple, I may try and resell him. So, you know, he'll go onto the table. If I can clean it up and get it to power on, that's what we'll do. Now, as I'm going through this, I got to figure out, is it something I'm going to post on Craigslist? Is it something I'm going to post on eBay? Is it going to Facebook? Am I going to put it back with flea market items? You know, the lady was moving. She made her own signs. She had a yard sale, and whatever didn't sell, that's when she called us. And this happens every weekend, just like this. But so we've gone through. Let's say we've gone through and we've sorted it. The pile of good stuff that I can get money for will normally fit within 1 or 2 boxes out of all of that. Now, probably 80% of that is recycle, and then whatever's left is trash. And it will go on this load for tomorrow. Now, this looks like a huge pile, but actually there is a king mattress there, and everything else is just piled around it. Now, this wagon here is not trash. I just didn't feel like sorting it yesterday when we pulled it off. I'll empty that, and we'll clean that up. It's another $20 bill. So, I mean, that's basically what my next 3 hours are. Okay? Get the wood off. Load the trash. Sort the good stuff. And then once that is sorted and this is ready to go, I tie it down and make it completely road ready. You know, you don't want something falling off of your vehicle and hurting somebody. And the good stuff will be set aside. Then we take all of the recycles here, and I jump in my wife's truck, we load that up, and I take the recycles in, dump them off at the bins. Then I come back, and at that point I get to relax and play with my electronics. So, and you guys ever run across brass bells on string? Believe it or not, these sell, guys. You wouldn't think so, but just this little tiny combination will probably go for about $35. Isn't that crazy? Remember, you can have pretty much any kind of piece of junk. Here's some kind of hairdryer diffuser. Alright, well, there's some lady in southern Illinois that'll give you like $20 for that. You never know. But the main thing about this game is hard work. And it's constant. You got to be ready for it. You can't, I don't know. What's the word for it I'm looking for here? There really is not a such thing as a day off. I mean, can I wait and put all this back and do it tomorrow? Yeah, I could do that. I could take today and not touch any bit of this, which I've done in the past. You know, sometimes I'll just leave it sit until Monday. But let me tell you what happens if you do that. Well, now you come out here on Monday morning and you know you've got about 4 to 6 hours worth of work to do, and the phone rings and somebody needs junk removal right away, and because you can't get to him right away, you're losing $300-400. So that's it. I just shared with you all of my secrets. I hope you guys do something useful with it. And you don't, guys, this business isn't for everybody. Scott, my buddy, does storage units. And, you know, some of the stuff you come across is nasty. I mean, just horrible nasty. We cleaned out a house last week that was all mildew in the basement, and I was sick for 3 days. You know, couldn't hardly do anything. So be careful. Be really, really careful. But no matter what you want to do in life, it can probably be done. You know, if you have an idea to go get a whatchamacallit and sell it for $12.99, and this idea came to you over dinner or something, it probably will work. And everybody around you is going to tell you that it won't work. But we get ideas because God gives us those ideas. All right. Now, if it's something that you can really see, but everybody else around you says it makes no sense, that's kind of the proof to you that it will probably work. Okay? The only problem is you're going to run into obstacles along the way. And most people give up. You don't want to do that. It's kind of like God sits back and says, okay, you want this thing. Let's see how bad you want it. And so there's obstacles to jump and things you got to do and this and that. And then one day, it's like all of a sudden, all of those barriers just come down, and everything that you thought would happen starts to happen. And at that point, it's kind of crazy. At that point, it's like a flood. You know, contacts you were wanting to make and you couldn't make, now they're calling you. You know, I hope that didn't bore you guys. I wanted to kind of give you guys an insight of what I do day to day, week to week. It's fun, but at the same time, it can be a pain in the butt. But I think it's about time for me to get started here. So, yeah, here's another thing. So here's my aluminum pile. It grows slowly, but it grows. You know, there's aluminum from 3 different jobs. Probably about 25 pounds worth. You know, I just throw it off to the side and let it grow. And then you got the bad stuff. Paint. It seems that people sneak paint in on me when I'm not looking for it, and then I got to deal with it. Because you can't just throw paint away. You got to make sure everything's dry. So, You know, I want to protect the environment as I live my life. That way the grandkids got something to enjoy. So you guys, you have a wonderful day. I don't know if you caught this earlier, what I'm doing over here. This is a plasma that I got last week. And board's pretty decent. Got my little oscillator that I like. And I'll pull him off. Yeah, everything's pretty much loose here, or at least it was. Oh, man, you guys noticed there's always that one screw you forgot about. Now I'll come through, I'll cut that off right there, throw it with my fingers, and we'll begin getting those ready again too. So, got my little pile here. There's that CPU from last week. There's a couple in there from the week before. I still got to pull the caps off. And then you got my oscillators. I know I wanted to get those done before winter hit, but I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know if I'll, you know what, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. We're going to try and get it done anyway. All right? So, until we meet again, may the force be with you. That wasn't right. Wait. Until we meet again, may the Schwartz be with you. Later.